5 years ago, I felt I was flying, maybe a bit too fast, but I was flying. I had a profitable agency. I'll take you back a bit. After I left Harvey Nicks, in fact, when I was the creative director at Harvey Nicks by the age of 30, which was a particularly fast rise, after about 4 or 5 years, they floated 49% of the business. And I remember thinking, I'm going to have a nice bit of dosh here because I've really worked hard at what was, along with 4 other directors, taking what was a loss-making business into a worldwide brand. That's another story and some great anecdotes to go with it. And I remember the chairman coming in and he'd floated 49% for, I think at that time, something like 65 million. I thought, well, at least I'm going to be in for $1 million. And he sat us down and said, I'll tie you in for another 5 years with share options. And I thought, oh, stick that. I'm on a trajectory that wants to go much faster. I'm not going to hang around for 5 years. And so I set up my own agency. And the day that I left, the Times wrote this column on the front page, actually, and it said, Mary, Queen of Shops, is leaving Harvey Nicks. So they actually gave that title to me, which, if I'd have been canny enough, I'd have sold to the BBC, but they picked it up when I showed them that, and therefore, when I did my TV show, that was the name, and it's stuck ever since. I don't want to work with boring people. I just can't stand it. I can't do it. And there are quite a few boring people in business, really. No offence, there are. Or they become boring. I don't know, did you start off boring or did you just become boring? I haven't had that question with, but they're out there. Okay, egotistical people. I like people who think they're a bit like, give it a better. I like that. I like that in my agency. I like when people go, yeah, but don't let it drive over. If it gets too big, slap it down. I don't like people that treat me well. Oh, Mary. And I go, God, that person was lovely. And then my team go, oh, they weren't nice to me. I don't like that. That really annoys me. So I always find them out. I don't want to do meetings over 2 hours unless it's really necessary and entertaining. All my clients are over from Australia and they haven't seen me for 6 months. I think, oh, well, I'll spread to 2.5 hours. I don't want to work past 6 o'clock unless it's really necessary, because I just love that time when you just get home in the evening and I think, pop, glass of wine, sit down, listen to Horatio going, nah, 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 nah. My wife cooking, that sounds nice, but I do sometimes. I love that time of day and I really want that. I don't want to play a political game. I can't bear it to achieve my goals. I just don't want to go back to those days where you have to network, do all this. I don't want to do it. And I don't want to be in the gym at 5 a.m. like those women that go, oh yeah, I get up at 5 a.m. and I'm there at 8:30 meeting. And I don't want to do what Sheryl Sandberg, even though she's really, really successful, lean in. I don't want to lean in. Sometimes I just want to go, I can't be asked. I really don't want to be like that. It's true, isn't it? Use intuition. I love this. If a project person or a potential client doesn't feel right instinctively, then it isn't. I read a quote by Gloria Steinem, and it's so true, because I think instinct's so powerful in business, and any time when I've made a mistake in my life is when I haven't followed my instinct. And Gloria Steinem, when she was asked what advice she'd give to a 16-year-old girl, she said, if it walks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, and it looks like a duck, but you think it's a pig, it's a pig. And I thought, so true, isn't it? I've met some right old pigs and ducks. Kindness, not competition. It's not a pile we're scrabbling to get to the top of, so we don't need to interrupt, pull down, or leverage our successes in order to get a step ahead. And I'm sorry, The Apprentice, I wouldn't employ any of them. I wouldn't. Not one. Oh, yeah, all that bit going on, and all the women dressed in that kind of male way with the shirt open, the pinstripe. Why? Why don't you put something really nice that women want to wear? Why do you have to dress like a bloke? Oh, I'm in a bloke's world, get out of the way. Hideous. And this is lastly, I'm a business owner, not a parent. I believe in delivering all of the above, but not at the cost of my business and profitability. So if I'm going to give you these rights, then you need to be responsible with them. And when you give people freedom to be responsible, they behave. But the thing's this, the really important point, this isn't just about me. The world's changing. The world's changing. And since the financial crash, there's been a real big lack of trust in big businesses, and that's been eroded. There's a new value system at play. And truthfully, those big businesses, in turn, were driven by male ways of working. Absolutely risk, liability, that got this world into the place that we are today. Now, that is not saying that all men are like that. I think most men would like to work like this. And I think, in turn, what will happen is many businesses are driving new management values which are moving away from this masculine way of working and into a much more feminine way, where empathy, collaboration, and flexibility are the central behaviours. And the interesting thing in all of this is how millennials want to work.